Welcome back. I'm Kristen Eargle with D1 Ticker and Collegiate Sports Connect. I'm joined by Drew Turner, President and co-founder of Collegiate Sports Connect and Vice President and Chief Operating Officer with Collegiate Sports Associates. Drew, thanks for being a part of us today.
Kristen, thanks for the opportunity. Looking forward to talking with you.
Now, we've reached a milestone in users on Collegiate Sports Connect. I'm asking you now, how significant is this milestone?
Yeah, no, we're excited to provide an update to the industry on kind of where we are. We're coming up on our 9-month birthday since we officially launched the platform as a startup product in college athletics. And what we're here to talk about today is we're now officially over 5,000 users on the platform. A milestone we're really excited about, and that's kind of the headliner is, hey, we've got 5,000 users who've now indicated interest in the platform and started the process of building a profile. So really encouraged by that. But in addition to, the 5,000 plus users, there's some other statistics as we kind of look back at where we are today that we're really excited about. And in addition to 5,000 users, over 2,500 of those profiles are what we call fully completed profiles, meaning full education, work history, bio, resume, et cetera. And that's really the number we're probably most excited about. In addition to that, we've got 30 plus NCAA partners, institutions who are utilizing the Connect software and platform to identify, recruit, and ultimately, hopefully, hire administrative talent. So those additional stats, as well as some others, are some things we're really excited about as we're nearing as I said, our 9-month birthday of the platform.
Now, over the past year, Connect has become a familiar term in the industry, but like any new product or service, there's, got to be time to educate the market exactly on what this product does. Do you feel like the collegiate sports marketplace or this area in collegiate athletics fully understands what Connect is?
Yeah, great question. I think for us, the Collegiate Sports Connect team, we live it every day. So, we've got to remember that this is a brand new product. We're less than a year old. We launched this new service and platform into the industry less than a year ago. So we need to continuously educate users, institutions, and our industry about what Connect is. I don't think we've done that as well as maybe we could have. It's something that we're working to continue to improve on. And we get that question a lot. So, okay, hey, I've seen this announcement. Hey, you've partnered with Southern Cal, or, you've partnered with Loyola Marymount or Troy, or, one of our 30 plus partners. What does that mean? I don't think we fully educated the industry on how our institutional partners are using Connect and what it means to be a user on Connect. So I'll take this opportunity to try and provide a little bit more insight on how the platform works. For the average user, and kind of the mission and vision of Connect is we want to become, and we are on our way to becoming, the digital home for intercollegiate athletics. It's the place where the people who currently work or aspire to work in our space, they can go to digest news and content that lives exclusively here. The type of content that the D1 Ticker team, Matt Roberts and his team are creating is really niche content that is really interesting to the people who work or aspire to work. And since the launch, we've had over close to 1,000 different pieces of content that are industry specific, that live exclusively on Collegiate Sports Connect. Really trying to fulfill that mission of becoming the place where practitioners go to digest news, learn of best practices, hear about career opportunities, et cetera. In addition to the content, the average user can look at job postings, administrative vacancies throughout the industry. They can go to the platform and see that this new feature we've added in the last couple months, what we call the wire, that is literally a live feed of every administrative transaction in the industry, people accepting new jobs, people getting promotions. It's really a neat way to stay up to tune on where we are as an industry in terms of job movement. And then, of course, the other piece, and I think this is probably the piece that maybe most of the industry doesn't fully understand, and how our partners utilize Connect and what it means when Southern Cal or one of our institutions, Cal Berkeley, comes onto our site and what they're doing, how they're using Connect. All of the profiles that users create, those that have fully completed profiles, load all their education, work history, etc., go into a database that our clients are able to search through, and they can identify the top talent in our industry for vacancies on their staff. That's really the mission of why we created the platform, is we felt like there was an inefficient process in identifying, recruiting, and acquiring talent. And so, again, as an example, Old Dominion can go into our site. They can say, "Hey, look, I'm looking for somebody from a development background with this many years of experience, interested in a salary range of this, who's got ties to the Southeast or Mid-Atlantic, and I want to find somebody who's worked in the Sun Belt." And they can enter that criteria, and the platform searches the database in real time and presents those who align with the profile. So again, the mission of the platform is to become the digital home of intercollegiate athletics and make a more efficient, inclusive, and diverse process in the way that our clients identify, recruit, and acquire talent.
And it's a way for them to be intentional about those things that you mentioned. Now, what's been the reception in the industry to the platform? What is the feedback that you get?
Yeah, another good question. I think this is a new product. We're a startup, so we're continuing to try and teach people a new behavior that maybe doesn't currently exist. The way, at least, I was on campus for 10 years before I got into the search business. And the way that we would go about recruiting or hiring the position is probably similar to the way that most of the industry does it. You would post the job on the D1 jobs, on Women Leaders, on NACTA, on the job market, the various advertising sites. You would call your network and say, "Hey, we've got this position. This is kind of what we're looking for." And then in most instances, you kind of wait for applications or names to be passed along to you. Can you imagine if our athletic programs, our coaches, if that's the way that they recruited to their teams? It's not. I mean, Kristen, your husband's a coach. He doesn't just post on the website at FIU, "Hey, we've got an open tight end position, send in your highlight tapes." They're intentional about recruiting. So we wanted to kind of change the way that we're identifying, recruiting, and acquiring talent. And so we determined if there was a way to create a platform where you, as you mentioned, be intentional. Don't just wait for applications to come in. Don't just hear from your network about the people you should target. You set the tone. You say, "This is what we're looking for. Who are the people that fit this profile?" And then go out and recruit them. So I do think I've been a little bit surprised that our industry, that's new. It's different. Not everybody that you recruit, not everybody that you find on Connect is instantly going to be interested in your job. And so, some of the feedback has been, "Hey, I reached out to this person, but they weren't interested in our opportunity." Well, that's recruiting. While they may be interested in the next opportunity, not every job's the right job for them. So some feedback has overall, the feedback has been positive. I think a lot of people understand this is an inefficient process in our industry, the way that we identify and recruit and acquire talent. But the platform's people have got to continue to get used to this and this process. And it's a new way to go about identifying talent and hiring them. The other thing that I think we really need to work on, and some feedback that we've gotten, is we need our users to continue to stay engaged with the platform. Come back to the site, make sure their profile's up to date, make sure they're adding bios, adding resumes to really create a more in-depth view of their professional brand. And so that's something that we're currently working on. We're trying to come up with some ways that will increase user engagement, where they spend more time on the platform. They come back to visit it to make sure, again, that their profiles are accurate, thorough, and up to date.
I think you hit on something right there. It is an opportunity to be able to have a voice in how your brand is out there, definitely in that space. So you mentioned that some changes might be ahead. It's an evolving platform. We will grow with it. So what can we expect in the next few months?
Yeah. One thing that we're working on right now, and I've mentioned it, we know that the key to this platform is a robust database of the industry professionals and the people who aspire or currently work in college athletics. And what makes that database valuable to our clients is comprehensive, thorough, up-to-date profiles that create a realistic picture of who that professional is and what they're working towards in their career. So one of the things that we're doing is we're working on a way to increase user engagement. So again, that they can come back to the site, take another look at their profile, make sure that they're presenting themselves in the best way possible on their professional profile. Really this idea came from our partner in the company, our developer, Andres Facil, and Andres, we were trying to think of ways, how do we increase this user engagement? And one of these new features that we're going to add is kind of a gamification feature. If you're not familiar with gamification or kind of what that means, I don't know if you're familiar with the Whoop band. I wear a Whoop. It allows you to track all these things about your behavior. So you can check your app each day and it says, okay, you're at this percentage recovery. If you change these habits, it will improve, your percentages or your recovery, or et cetera. And so kind of playing off that or other platforms that are out there that have that gamification feature, we're working to create we're going to probably call a profile stat, your own individualized, curated profile statistics, so that, Kristen, you could log in and look at your profile and see, okay, how many searches by clients am I appearing in? What type of profile jobs are targeting me or adding me to their watch list or their project, with the goal of trying to give the user helpful feedback so that they can make their profile more competitive, or help them enhance their profile so that if there is a career opportunity out there that they're interested in, making sure they represent themselves in the best way to align with that potential job that they think they're looking for. We're brainstorming on that, tweaking that. Hopefully we'll have that launched in the next couple months, and we'll be a way again to provide the user with helpful feedback so that they can continue to improve their professional brand and their profile on the site.
Well, that's absolutely fascinating. In terms of, also, you'll be able to kind of tell what your resume is attracting and where you are trending, and maybe even areas that you can address as well.
For instance, one of the things that we've talked about, and we've got a lot of ideas with this. The key with these startups is hearing the feedback from our clients and users, and being strategic on, because we can't do everything immediately. So being strategic on ways to improve it. But one of the ideas that we've had is it would be really helpful to the user and to the industry to be able to show, okay, for somebody from a marketing background with 5 to 7 years of experience on average is expecting X amount in salary for the next opportunity. Information like that can be helpful both to the user, because if you're way off that salary figure, it's helpful to know, hey, I'm expecting something that's not realistic based on the market. Conversely, if you're the institution and you're hiring a new marketing position and you want to pay X and the market demands Y because 80% of our users from this year of experience and area of responsibility is expecting 10% more than you're paying, that's helpful feedback for our clients too. So there's a lot of data that I think can be beneficial both to the individual user and to our clients. And that's really where we're focusing the next feature that we'll launch on the platform.
Such a powerful tool. I have to ask you, how rewarding is it to see it explode like it is and becoming that digital home of college athletics?
Yeah, it's hard when we're in it so often. We meet our Connect team, D1 Ticker, WMT, and our group. We meet every week. We go through things we're working to improve, kind of where we are in terms of our clients, user, and all those valuable stats. So we don't probably do a good enough job of zooming out and realizing what we've created because we're so focused on trying to improve and make it better for our clients and for the users. But yeah, to be, coming up on 9 months old, and to have I think we're 5,500 users on the platform, which by our estimate would be about 25% of the total available market. We think there's about 20,000 administrators who work in college athletics. So to have 5,500 of them who have, again, not all of those are fully completed, totally complete profiles, but they've at least come to our site and started the process. That's really exciting. And when I talk to others who have done startups, it is, you got to teach people new behavior. You've got your early adopters. You got some people who are sitting on the sidelines to wait and see how this thing plays out. But yeah, to have 25% of the market, 30 partners so far and growing. I think it's inevitable. I think this thing's going to work. And I guess my message to the industry, if you're one of the 75% that hasn't taken the 10 minutes to build a profile and come to the site and see what Connect is about, I would encourage you to do so, because we're not going anywhere. I mean, this is going to become the digital home of college athletics. It's going to be the way that institutional partners identify, recruit, and hire talent. So if you're on the sidelines, get in the game, because Connect's not going anywhere, and it's going to change the way that our industry does business.
It's been an incredible tool. I've been an honor to be a part of it personally, and a continued success, Drew. Thanks for being a part of us.
Thanks, Kristen.